Motherfucker me, who the fuck are these hoes? Sorry, my microphone is 3,000 miles away from me. Hi everyone. Hi. I would like to apologize in advance. I am hopped up on 500 milligrams of caffeine. I want so much caffeine right now. Hi, I have a lot of energy. What's up? What's Bracken Busters? How's it bustin'? Hi. Hello. Hello. I'm on a hyper mood again. I'm sorry. Oh, she's a druggie. I'm not a druggie. Listen. Hear me out, okay? I played GTA 5. Not yesterday, the night before yesterday. So 2 days ago? I'm choking on my own words. 2 days ago. Anyway, Monty and Johnny were like, do you have GTA? And I was like, no. And they were like, you should get it. We should play. And I was like, okay. So we played GTA. Mind you, that game is so complicated. There's so many buttons. It's so finicky. Anyway, and we were in a helicopter that went in big ol' circles. We did donuts in cars. We raced through cities. We were on a roller coaster in that game. We were on jet skis crashing into each other. We shot flares at each other. We ran from the police. Then we did a hike at the end of it. And it was very fun. Don't get me wrong. But, Jesus Christ, that game makes me so motion sick. The motion sickness was so insane. It literally took me out all day yesterday and this morning. I was out. It gave me a migraine from the motion sickness alone. That was worse than the first time I ever played Minecraft. And it was just so it was So anyways, I took my normal headache medicine yesterday, and it did not help. I had my headache for way too freaking long, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take the migraine one today, because it was a migraine this morning. I tell you that with full confidence. So I took my migraine medicine, which has so much full caffeine in it. Oh my god. But I feel great right now, and I've got these little pears. I diced some pears, because the pears are really bitter. So I kind of just dice them, and then I leave them in a bowl for like an hour, and then they get less bitter. So now I'm eating my little pears. You want to listen? There you go. Pear ASMR. I don't really like pears that much, but, you know, fruit is fruit. Am I right? Anyway, hi. Hi, what's up? Yes. Hi, Shin. Konnichiwa. Wait, is it the morning? Not for you. It's definitely not the morning for you. Well, we know Ohio means good morning. Konnichiwa! That is not the same thing. Anyway, hi, Julie. Hi, Rosalia. Why did I just full name you? Hi, Rosa. Hello, full legal name. Rosalia Spoonhour. Hello, welcome. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Delano. Hi, Best. Hi, Zenithor. Ooh, that's a new one. Zenithor. Hello, Glitterim. Hi, Kodoku. Hi, RP. Listen, I don't know what's wrong with me. When I was a kid, I was in a lot of theater classes and acting things. I was in a play as Little Red Riding Hood. Well, actually, I was called Little Red Running Shorts, but that's a whole nother situation. It was like a weird form of the play. Anyway, I was in a play. And I was an actress. But these days I can't role play to save my life because I'll just start laughing. So there was one point when we were playing GTA and Monty was like, oh my god, let's role play. And then they started role playing and then I was just like, yeah. And then we immediately stopped role playing because I could not do it. Anyway. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I cringe at myself and just start laughing. Hi, Stubby? Should I call you Stubby or Myron? Hi, I'm gonna call you Myron. Stubby sounds, it's a cute word, but I don't want it to sound like I'm insulting you. Which do you prefer? Hello, either way. Welcome, welcome. That explains the lack of lore. Well, there will be lore. There will be lore. It's konbanwa for me. Oh, konbanwa! That's a cuter one, I think. Well, konnichiwa is also kind of cute, but konbanwa! You can call me Stubby. Okay, hi, Stubby! That's such a cute word. Stubby! I love it. Picasso! Pear tastes great when it's chilled or cold, fresh from the fridge. Yeah, I got it out of the fridge, but it was just too bitter. My mom tried putting them in a paper bag to see if that'll work. I don't know if that makes a difference. Science is weird. Anyways, we're gonna be drawing today. What are we drawing? I don't know. I've been non-existent. Oh, also, big animation project update. Update. Uppies. Chat uppies. Mimi wants uppies. Anyway, big animation project update. I am 2 or 3% done. There's not that much left. I'm so excited to get it done. And we also got the final mix back, and it sounds so good, and it hits so hard with the final mix. And when you guys see it, I know I can't tell you what it is or when it's coming out, but like when you see it, you'll know, because you will also be crying. Me animating this and being like, wait, hold on, I gotta be fully immersive. You can't even hear me on this freaking screen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, I was gonna say I'll immerse you. that was it. That was all I did. Anyway. I'm such a good streamer. Common Mimi moment. Ah, yes. I don't know why. This is like so weird. I think it's because I use Streamlabs and not OBS like a normal person, but I'm scared to switch to OBS because I'll have to redo everything. Anyway, my not camera, what is this? My microphone. It's the same thing on every screen. It should be anyway. But when I swap to the Zoom screen, it's always auto muted. And then when I swap to my ending screen, occasionally it's auto unmuted. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, chat. I like to vibe. That's about it. Anyways. Definitely not my crazy Oshi. Oh yeah, baby. Yum. I really want to draw my 3.0 model, but I can't do that for obvious reasons. So, I know I keep giving you updates, but I'm currently planning what I will be doing for the next, 7 months. No, more than that, because it's only November. 8 months. I have plans through July of next year, and then there's more stuff that has to happen after that. I just don't, it's too far in the future, so I can't decide dates yet, but I have so many things. I've got so many things going on, everybody. You are going to be so excited when everything happens next year. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be sharing things practically monthly. It's going to be insanity. Except for January. January's a little slow because I gotta prepare some stuff. But I'm gonna be preparing. I'm gonna be up. Okay. I have so much energy right now, and I think it's worse because I had no energy for the past 48 hours. Anyway. British, run! Maybe it sounds British when she's excited. What about it? This is my Joni impression. Joni. Anyways, what was I saying? Wow, I don't even remember. I feel like just sketching today because I haven't done any free sketching in a while. Oh, my plan. Okay, so it's December now. And within the next week I'm gonna finish this project. Mom, please pick me up. No, don't leave. Stay with me. My I don't know why I pretended I didn't know the lyrics to that song. I definitely do, but whatever. Anyways, me when I just auto go to like W and la 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 instead of actual lyrics. But anyways, my plan. My plan. I am going to this month finish my big animation project this week. Finish Rosa's model in the next, maybe by like the last week of December, ideally. Don't quote me on that one, Rosa. It might be like a week longer than that, but hopefully in December it'll be done in your hands. That'll be great. Because it's mostly done. I just have to do things like the expressions and like toggles. Everything else is done. Anyways, so I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm gonna immediately jump into working on rigging my new model and my new lore video. Yes, and then I don't think I'm going to be done with those things. I'm going to spend a considerable amount of time on them to make sure they're actually really good. So that's why January is going to be kind of a lull. I'm still going to be streaming and stuff like normal, so maybe you guys won't even notice, but it'll be like normal, you know? And then February is when I'm currently hoping, don't quote me, this might change, to do my 3.0 at some point in February. Because, have I already said this? I don't know. I have the memory of a peanut. Anyways, because for the live show that we're doing, if you haven't heard, I know I said this, but if you haven't heard, we're going to be doing a live show, a live performance, Mimi in the real world, performing live, dancing, not even four-dimensional, yes, wow. Anyway, so because that's happening, I want to be able to get my new model out sooner, so that for promotional materials and stuff for that, I can use the new model for that, so it's not like confusing when the thing comes around, because when that comes around, I'll absolutely be in my 3.0 era. It's just for the promotional material, I want to make sure that I'm not, I might end up having to use, you know, the my 2.0 model, this one, for like promo material, and then actually being at the thing would be in my 3.0, which would be kind of confusing, so I don't really want to do that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yes. 4D and 5D. When did we get 5D? What's that? I know I'm gonna do, I don't know when my 3D debut for the 3.0 model is gonna be. I know who I want to make the model. That's my cat. I know who I want to... Piper! Anyway, so I know who I want to make the model. But I'm still trying to figure out, like... Can you hear her? She's walking around with a toy in her mouth. I could just tell by the way she sounds. Yes, ma'am? Anyways, she found a new gecko to attack. No, that's Callie. Piper doesn't really care about those. Piper does care about having second and third breakfast, though. So she likes to eat lots of meals every day. But yeah, I don't know when the 3D debut is going to be. I'm trying to figure it out, because part of me wants to rent a studio and just get the 3D motion stuff and do like a 3D live that way. But I don't know how expensive that's gonna be. If I save a lot of money, I'll definitely do that. But if it ends up being cheaper to just buy the motion capture material myself, I'm definitely gonna do that instead. So it kind of just comes down to, you know, cost. But, you know, we'll see. That one's I'm kind of putting off for now, because I've got 3 different original songs also coming next year. So that's also going to be a lot, considering I'm an insane person. I have to do all of my music videos myself, because I'm an insane person. Yes. And I've got ideas. I've got ideas, of course. That one's obvious. But I've got ideas for some things that I'm very eager to share, but I I must hold back. I must hold back. Yes. I did love Reverie. Yeah. I like Reverie, but I don't listen to it, you know? I want to make a bop that I'll actually listen to. You know? Reverie's like a nice visual experience, I guess. But also, I went back and watched Reverie again yesterday. You know, Reverie, my original song that came out in September of this year. Literally less than more than 2 months. 2 months ago, whatever. 2.5 months ago? 2.5 months ago. And I looked at it and I was like, this animation is so simple. Why did this take me so long to do? Because I've been working on this other animation for 2 months now, which is kind of crazy because there was no learning period in between the two. I just got more ambitious. 2 months ago. Did I say years? Months. That just came out. I did have an album that came out in 2021, but we don't talk about Bruno, no. Anyways, definitely not a workaholic, but I like working on my fun stuff. I like it. It's fun, you know? I like it, Picasso. I like it. Anyway, I'm just gonna sketch, like, random characters from my manga or something. I don't know. I feel like vibing right now. I feel like vibing. Also, today's stream is probably only gonna be about 3 hours. I know I usually do, like, 6-hour-long drawing streams, but due to other people's plans and such, not doing that today. We're just doing 3 hours, which is still, you know, a normal length stream for most people, but, you know, I like long drawing streams because I can do a lot more in the long time. Yes. Even after Mimi has finished all of her projects, the Aquarium video will still be here, reminding her of her failures. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna post the Aquarium video because I'm just not happy with it. Because all of the footage got, like, really, like, corrupted and everything, it's just not, it just looks really bad. But I'll show you it right now. Let's watch the Aquarium video. I'll show you what it is, but I don't think I'm gonna post it after its own thing. After 500 milligrams of caffeine, you're vibing, all right? Hell yeah, I'm vibing. You know I'm vibing. I'm vibing so much. Yes, I vibe. I don't really plan going to work with 30 minutes of sleep either, Mimi, so that's good news. Wow! I guess that's fair. Yes, please get good amounts of sleep. This is not opening right now. Can I open it this way instead? My editing program for videos is honestly horrific. I need to get a new one. I'm thinking I'm gonna join the, what is it called? DaVinci? I'm thinking I'm gonna join that. Also, can I show you something really scuffed? Monty might kill me for showing this, but I want to show it anyway. Give me... I do not want to share everything, so hold on. Oh my god. Fake heart jump scare. Fake heart jump scare. Fake heart. I want to show you something really scuffed. I don't know if I've already shown this, but I just saw it in here, so I want to show it. Pop this bad boy on there. DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, I think I might swap to that, because right now I use Adobe Elements, which is literally, like, the worst thing ever. It's so buggy. It's awful. Okay, there you go. Alright, ready? This is our 3D models. As you can see, there's some interesting things happening with the textures that were implemented through Blender. So yeah, we won't be posting this anywhere, but, you know, here. Fake art. I have the music very low, I know, but... It's kind of scuffy. It looks like I've got tripods on my things. This is done through MMD, by the way. This is done through MMD, so that's why we look a little soulless. Let me hide this. But I do kind of love it. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's very scuffy looking. Am Amanda the Adventurer looking ass POV? You know why? Because the quality of it was so bad the first time I did something with it. Anyways, let me show you what I was actually going to show you. The aquarium video. Where the hell is this? This one, I think. Please don't play any audio. I don't know if there is any. Is this what I think it is? Okay, I think this one might have visual bugs in it, but you can at least see what it was meant to be. It just, so much of this got corrupted, the entire audio, like I said, and then a lot of the video, so it's very scuffed. But here's your aquarium video watch along, so that you can, I don't know, forgive and forget. You can forgive and forget. Wow. Look at that. Everybody sit down, it's movie time. This is corrupted footage. It was inside of a mall. So, you know, the Grapevine, Texas Mall. Yeah, look at that. And then we went inside. I just filmed this on my phone, so maybe that's why it got all corrupted. But, yeah. Yeah. I did cut this down a lot more later, but, you know, quick little movie. Look at that. It's me and Monty in the aquarium. Wow. And then you could see some of the scuffed stuff. You can't tell what we're saying. You would never know. I don't even remember what we were saying, to be honest with you. And then we interacted with a bunch of fishes. Look at that guy. Oh, yeah. And then it's the same audio or video a second time because something went wrong. Look at these guys. Oh, yeah. And then there's this turtle who I think has a health issue because his butt was floating. But, you know, very cute. Still. Clownfish. Damn, those are some empty tanks. Well, oh, I liked this one. I don't know what that fish is, but I do like him. He's weird looking. I like him. Yes. You can see my purple hair. Beautiful. Yes. And then more repeated footage that's just very corrupted. I don't know why it did that. Was it my editing program? The phone? The actual recordings? Or all of it? Who knows? Stingrays! I love to see pancakes. They're some of my favorite fishes. They're really cute. They're like really cute. Look at the way they flap their little water wings. Oh, that's me looking at the way they flap their water wings. Is this the one where I get scared by a shark? I might have gotten cut off, but a big shark does come, and I like jumped because I was like, oh shit. Oh, that was a clip of it. There were little crabs projected on the floor, and then every time you like touched them, they'd like pinch at you, and I got scared. So more sea pancakes. Oh yes. I keep forgetting raisin skates are technically fish. I feel like if it lives in the water, it's a fish. In my humble opinion, if it lives in the water, it's a fish. Have you seen tuna crabs? I have no idea. Maybe. Look at these guys. I love the way that they are. This room had like a giant like fake megalodon skeleton hanging on the ceiling. You can kind of see it up in the corner, but I don't know. It was interesting for sure. Oh! Eels. Eels and escalators, baby. Eels and escalators. Oh, I really liked this guy. He was one of my favorites because of his chin freckle. Oh, hello, sir. Yes, look at his chin freckle. He's beautiful. What a funny little guy. He's so HD. You can see the skin texture on that guy. Look at that little fellow and his big-ass bug eyes. He looks just like me and Monty. We both have big bug eyes, by the way. Yes. Oh, fish. I freaking love fish, man. She got a beauty mark. Yes. Oh, flat fish. Ooh. Ooh. The video had some goofy lag on that. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what anything is, so we're kind of watching this live together, but, you know. A lovely experience nonetheless. Oh, Monty said something really funny here, but I don't remember what it was. But it was really funny. So just trust that it was funny. Oh, and they had the 360 tunnel. The 360 tunnel was so cool because the floor was also glass, and then there was these guys on top. Wait, there's a lovely stingray lady who we get to see later, and we made friends with her. That's my hand. It's my hand after my cute nails came off. This is me talking about the fishes. And then getting scared by the fishes. Oh, yeah. Oh, this was our friend. I forgot what her name was. But she was our friend. We pet her tummy through the glass. And she just kind of hung out for a while. She's a queen. The dramatic zoom. Mimi's pale hikikomori hands. Kawaii. Well then. Ooh, the long-nosed fish. Look at them. Ooh, hello, sir. Oh, this was one of the ceiling guys. There was a clip of us talking in front of this tank, and I don't know where it went, but it's completely gone. So here's just like a still shot of it. But they got bones in there. Probably fake bones, but bones nonetheless. Okay, the same footage repeated twice. Gotta love to see that. Oh, maybe that was the clip where Monty said something funny. I don't know. It was one of the ones where she was zoomed in, like her face was zoomed in on. It was really funny. Ceiling guy is scary? No, he's cute. Ooh, lionfish. These guys are crazy poisonous. Did you know that? Oh, he's got a nose on him. Wow. Oh, this is where we found out that the floor was also glass after being in there for like 10 minutes already. Yeah. Monty did like a teeny tiny little jumpy jump. I don't know if you saw that. Wait, this is in a mall? Yeah, this is in a mall in Texas. In Grapevine, Texas. That mall was really cool. Nothing else in the area was remarkable, though. The mall was cool. Oh, this was our other friend on the ground. She's sitting there. Oh, my face. Yes. You could see why I feel like this video is scuffed, but I do enjoy it nonetheless. This was me giving hearts to our friend. Why is the footage so out of order? I don't know. Again, lots of issues with this. But you know. You know. I think we're almost through it. Yeah, there's not too much left. We're over halfway. There's gonna be a little 10-minute video about fishies. Look, he's got lipstick on! Or maybe those are his teeth. I don't know. Cute either way. It's the long-nosed guys again. Let's go. Oh, sapu. Oh. Wait, there was a weird blue fish in one of these tanks. He looked really out of place with all the other tan fish, but I really liked him. Ooh. Gator. Or crocodile. I don't know. One of them. One of them. Oh, that was my favorite clip, but it got cut off. It was really cute. I hope I show the full version of it later. Oh, the jellyfish room. I love the jellyfish. I love the jellyfish. Look at them. Moon jellies are like one of my favorite things because they just kind of vibe and they got little flowers on their heads. And some of them have 4 flower petals and some of them have 5. I don't know what's up with that, but I like it. Oh, I just saw a guy with 3. Some of them have 3 flower petals on their heads. I don't know. What's up with that? I like it either way. Stinger Flynn. Get that Gardner Band reference out of here. Stinger Flynn. Hell no. They are so much more sophisticated than Stinger Flynn. This is why professional cameras have 2 SD cards. Yeah. That's a piranha. A piranha. Yeah, I went to an aquarium all the way over in Maui. Ooh, the seahorses! Look at them go. Wow. Ooh, hello, sir. Look at that one go. Wow. My finger in the way. Love that. Nemo, why is a girl recording us? Oh, I don't know. I thought they were very cute. Oh, this guy, we chased that fast fish with the long nose around the tank in circles for like 3 whole minutes. It was kind of insane. Oh, yeah, there's that video corruption for you. Me sitting on a throne. That's the blue guy! That's the blue guy I was talking about earlier! Look at him. He's so blue. The little jellyfish lamps on the ceiling. Oh, then we pet these guys. We pet the little guys, and then we were talking at the end, and you couldn't see any of it, but... Or hear any of it, I mean. But we were talking at the end, and it was very cute. The tracking is so... This is what we get, but, I mean, you know. You pet an anemone. I pet an anemone and a starfish, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that was the aquarium video, or whatever I could salvage from it. I hope that you enjoyed that. Picasso. Mimi walks into an aquarium and glows under the UV light. Oh. You saying I don't leave the house often enough? I'll have you know. I put the garbage cans outside every week. Okay? Quality content for real, for real. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm something of a connoisseur, if you will. Oh my god. That didn't affect the stream, did it? Oh my god. Jesus. My Streamlabs just bugged the fuck out and it scared me. You guys okay? Are you all alright? I hope you're okay. Worth the wait, to be honest. I'm glad. Maybe I'll post it as like some shorts or something. Probably. Maybe I'll do that. That's less egregious, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Or if we ever go to another aquarium, maybe I can kind of mix and match the footage or something. Girl, it's a 10-minute video. Just cut out the corrupted bits and it's still fine. Well, see, that's fine. I did do that. I made another version of it that was, I think, like 4 minutes or something. And it was a much more concise and non-corrupted visual. But once again, I didn't know what to do for the audio because I tried voicing it over and it just felt very bizarre to me. And the tracking kind of bothers me because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. So... Oh, I don't know. That's why I haven't done anything with it yet. Anyway, let's draw Money Bagel. Because I can. Let's draw Money Bagel. Money Bagel. Moni is also getting a... I don't know what she's calling it, but like a brush up. Like a model brush up question mark. I think maybe she called it like a re-rig or something. I don't know. She's getting a model fancy up, basically. Yeah. Speaking of shorts, how many portal shots more to come? It's been dominating the Mimi shorts. I don't know, actually. I went through the shorts like sometime last week because I was like, I don't know which of these I've posted and which of the ones that I haven't posted. I do want to post a YouTube video that's like a clip compilation of all of the shorts that Crypto has made for me, and then just say like shorts by Crypto, because I like having credit somewhere on the channel for that. And I can't put that in actual shorts as easily because you know, they don't have long caption places and everything. So I don't know. I'm gonna eat a pear piece. Let's see how many more portal shorts we got. Oh my god. iOS changed how photos are. And I think everyone on this planet hates it. I don't know what I'm looking at. I see at least one. I think two. I'll have to go back and count again. Because, I don't know, I'm kind of an insane person and I just can't keep track of anything. So I have to go back and, like, delete all of the ones that are in my like, Photos app and then go back and re-download the ones I haven't posted yet from our little, like, drive that we have. And then I post, like, 6 of them and then I'm like, wait a minute, which ones haven't I posted yet? So I do that. I repeat that process over and over again. Because I'm just incapable of paying attention, I think. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I'm a little silly. Either way, yeah. At least 1 or 2 more, I think, for the portal things. But yeah, Crypto's editing is really good for, like, shorts and stuff. So I want to do, like, a little clip compilation of all of those. Which, I mean, it would be the same ones that are already posted on the channel, in the shorts tab, but I think a little video compilation could be kind of fun. You know? You know? Yeah. Anyways. Your drawing skills are amazing. You make it look easy. Thanks. Thank you. I haven't just, like, drawn in, like, what feels like eons. Because I've been animating, which is still drawing, but it feels different. I feel like the only thing I've done is manga pages and animation for the past 2 months. Which is not bad, because I like doing those things. But, you know, sometimes you just want to sketch, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to make some illustrations. So, yeah. I am going to be making some illustrations very soon, though, for something. Which is very exciting. So, you know, looking forward to that. Oh, I've also got costume making stuff coming soon. So perhaps we will do some more sewing streams. I think I already said that at some point, but just in case I didn't. So that'll be very cool. I don't know. Oh my god, I have to try really hard to not sing the song that I'm animating for right now that's not released yet, because it is a client's song, and I would spoil everything if I did, and it's stuck in my head because it's really good. And while I'm animating it, I sit there and I kind of sing along to it, and I need to not do that. I need to not do that on stream. I need to not do that. Any big plans this holiday season, Mimi? No. We're gonna put up a Christmas tree. We haven't done that yet, but we're gonna. Oh, for Black Friday, I got new bed sheets and comforter and stuff, because I've been using the same ones for, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years now. No, maybe not that long. Maybe 5 or 6 years. I don't know. I got them when I was supposed to be going to college. So, like, 2019 or so. 2018, 19. And then, obviously, that didn't happen, so I just used them in the new place. So I was like, yeah, I feel like I need to get new ones, because they're starting to look a little worn and tearing a little bit. So we got new ones for Black Friday, because they were on sale. Online, of course. We don't go out in public like that. What are you talking about? What you think this is? Yeah, and they're purple. One of them is light purple, and the other one is a darker purple, and they're both very cute. So when I eventually do a room tour, don't know when the hell I might do that, if I will ever do that at this point, but when I do a room tour, it'll all be so purple, which is great. Purple. Mimi Smart Shopper. Oh yeah, baby. We don't be spending money like that. Oh, anyway, I wanted to also say, we're going to be playing, I don't know which one I should play first. I wanted to ask, because, Zenithor, you're here, and you were the one who how do I say, endorsed the 2 games. Should I start with Monster Hunter? Was it Worlds or Wild? I don't know. One of those. Monster Hunter. Or should I start with Dark Souls? Which one should I play first? Because I want to do that probably this or next week. But I don't know which one I should play first. If it even really matters. I was like, why does this not look right? It's because she's got human ears. I gave the moth girl human ears. Wilds isn't out yet. Worlds is the one you should buy. I definitely already bought it. I just forgot which one it was. Then it's World. That's the one that I bought. Yeah. I bought it already. So we're gonna play it. I just don't know which one I should do first. Well, okay, wait. So wait. Was it Dark Souls or was it? I don't even remember. Hold on, let me look at my thing. I don't know. I don't know nothing. Yeah, Dark Souls Remastered or Monster Hunter World. Which one should I play first? I thought Mimi went berserk mode at a Black Friday sale. No, I bought them online. Walmart.com, I think. Yeah, baby. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay, I think you guys were saying one of them is easier or whatever. Monster Hunter is more hand-holdy if you've literally never played a game like these. Yeah, I haven't, so maybe I should do that one first. Monster Hunter. Me when I hunt the monsters in the Monster Hunter. It's gonna be an interesting experience to watch me play one of those types of games. A very interesting experience. Hand-holding might be better, so perhaps we'll do that. So maybe we'll do that one next week, and then a little bit down the line we'll do Dark Souls. Maybe that'll be no, actually it's still really early in December. I was gonna say a January thing, but I'll probably have played it by the end of the month. Probably. Teehee. At least for the first time, I don't know. This is Mounty Bago. I'm so excited for all of the things that we are planning. I'm so excited. I can't hold in the excitement. Maybe we should design outfits after I sketch a little bit. Because I went to, this was already like 2 weeks ago at this point, but I went to a Goodwill, just like looking as we do, because my mom needed like a little something for her suit that she was going to wear to an interview. And we were looking for that, but while I was there, I found a bag of brand new fake flowers, but they're all like little periwinkle hydrangeas. Hydrangeas? How do you say that word? That's those flowers. And I was thinking I could sew them on an outfit and it would look really pretty, so I want to design a little hydrangea outfit. Maybe we can do that. Moni Bagel, I don't remember what your outfit looks like off the top of my head, so we're going to guesstimate. Also, I didn't make your boobs big enough. Sorry. I nerfed her. Sorry. Time to pull Mimi into FPS as well. You guys saw me play Earth Defense Force, which is, you know, close enough to that, and I suck at that. I really sucked. It was bad. It was really bad. But you know, this is fine. This looks correct. Me and Mounty Bagoo. She looked kinda like this. Something like this. I designed her outfit. You'd think I'd know what it looks like. I think it looks like this. She got little ties on her side. Something like that. Yeah. Me when it's a moth. Somebody put some raid on that. Anyway. I'm trying to think. I had a bunch of things I wanted to say. I'm coming off my caffeine high. I think I'm coming off of the high, which is good. You defended Earth against big spiders. What do you mean you're bad? That's true. I did do that, and I did not destroy any structures or people's lives. I definitely was only a defender, and that was it. I was a defender, not an offender. Lamp. Oh my god, Hebber Jibber, we were talking about you. Monty and I, we had a call after we played GTA. We were just like chit-chatting for a little bit, and we were talking about streamy stuff. And we were like, oh yeah, who's like this? Like, I have this person in my chat who like says this sometimes, or I have somebody in my chat who says this sometimes, or whatever, does this. And then we were like, oh, there's Monty said, I think, oh, there's someone in my chat. And then I don't remember the context exactly, but she was like, who's really nice. They always say like fun stuff or stuff that makes me laugh or whatever. And then I was like, oh, you talking about Hebber Jebber? And then Monty was like, yeah, how'd you know? And I was like, I'm on it. Because also I lurk in Monty's streams all the time. You probably see me in her chat like 24/7. Yeah. Especially if she's playing horror games. I love to watch her play horror games because she screams like a scared, frightened, lost child. And it's really funny because when I play horror games, I'm like, oh, look at that. And then Monty is like, ah! You know? She's got a scream counter built in on her Twitch that's at like freaking it literally says Monty like shattered our eardrums or something, and she's at like 300 or something like that. At least 150 for sure. I don't remember the exact number, listen, but she's really high on that scream counter. I feel so honored. I do say hi to you at times. I see that. I don't know. Is it rude to respond back? I don't know. I always feel kind of weird. Like, I like it when people are like, oh, hi, Mimi. Because in my brain, I'm like, oh, hi. But I don't want to be like, hello, everyone. I have arrived in someone else's chat. Hello, I'm here, you know? Is it rude? I don't know. But I do see it, and I do quite appreciate the greeting. So, thank you. I don't know. I don't know. You know? Yeah. I update that frequently. Yes, me too. Have your hands stopped shaking? Mostly. If you see it, I'm happy. I do, yes. I try to say hi back sometimes, but like I said, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to be rude, you know? You know? Because, you know? But yes, hi. Hello. Now that I think about it, does Monty have a high emote? I should just send that back. That probably wouldn't be rude. I could probably do that. Does she have a high emote? I don't... Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. Mounty Bagoo. I may or may not padoru you like I did with Monty this year. Oh, wait, what is that thing? It's like Hashira Shori o Kaze no Yoni Daba Daba Do Padoru. Wow. Is that what you were talking about, or did I just reference something completely unrelated to what you were talking about? Is that completely unrelated, or is that... Yes, that. Okay, good. It would be so funny if you were talking about something completely different, and then I was just like, oh yeah, you're talking about this. You're talking about the padoru. Yes, Picasso. Also, side note, I think it's kind of funny how many people think Monty and Johnny are dating. They're not. Johnny is a gay man. Can we stop the allegations? I just think it's so funny. I saw a comment the other day and it was like, oh my god, they have like a music team together as a couple that's so cute. And when they were in Korea, apparently everybody was like, wow, what a cute couple. They are best friends, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it makes me laugh when people think they're dating. First of all, they're both like, ew, I didn't want that. It's very funny. It's very silly. I had my suspicions, but thanks for the confirmation. I feel like it's obvious. I feel like it's so obvious. Even he said it was obvious too. Cause I don't know. Usually, not to pander to stereotypes, but I don't know. Sometimes the gaydar goes off. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bring, bring, gaydar. Ooh. I just think it's so silly goose. And he's not even like, he's not even secretive about it. He was twerking on people at a WeebCon, you know? Like when Bao came up and started twerking, he was doing it too. Be so for real. How many straight men do you see do that? Not that many. Only the really cool ones. You know what I mean? I think it's funny. Anyways, I love them. They're so great. They're great. Love them. Wonderful. Anyways, 走れ勝利よ風をように I don't know the third lyric. Padoru, padoru. Freaky. My gaydar has gone off from just Mimi mimicking how he speaks. What, being British? But yes, so true actually. I don't know. I don't even know what you're referring to specifically, but like I kind of see it. You know? And there's nothing wrong with that. He's a king and he knows it. Well, hopefully he knows it. I feel like he acts like a narcissist. But I can see beyond the facade. You know? Anyways. Anyways. He's British, bro. Don't do that to him. I mean, when we were talking, because we've done different collabs on Mani's channel after certain releases come out. Like, we do, like, you know, talking about this release, talking about this and that. And he does speak on those streams. I do feel as though anyone with ears may be able to recognize it. But apparently, I think the concept of a gaydar, from what I understand, doesn't exist in every, like, country. Because when they were in Korea, apparently, like, everybody, I think I said this, like, 2 minutes ago, but everybody thought that they were dating and, like, did not pick up on the vibes. You know what I mean? So maybe that's just not a thing that's everywhere. I don't know. I don't know, but I think they're both wonderful. They're wonderful people. I like wonderful people. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, Suki Mihara wo. Okay, wait. 走れ勝利よ風のように Suki Mihara wo. Is that right? Padoru, padoru. Ski Mihara wo. Oh, probably like that. Not Suki, probably ski. Ski Mihara wo. That sounds more correct. Whatever. Either way, yes. Padoru, padoru. Wow. Who else should I sketch? Should I sketch Johnny? Just add him behind her. I've watched 20 seasons of Top Gear. He doesn't seem to just sound British. I see. I Well, I won't tell you that you're wrong. Oh. Oh my. OMG, love Top Gear. I don't know. What is Top Gear? I've never heard of it. I'm kind of excited for the holiday sort of season this year, which is a lot more excited than I have been in previous years. You know? I don't think I've really been too, like, crimacy for, I don't know, at least the past bunch of years, you know what I mean? Usually I'm kind of like, you know? I get in the Halloween mood a lot, but the Christmas mood, not as much. Not as much. I don't know why. I don't know why. Ask your dad about it. I would. That's kind of a situation at the moment. I know I said it a little bit, so I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so... if you don't want to hear a slightly depressing update, skip past the next 60 seconds. And if you're watching live, cover your ears and count to 60. Starting right now. My dad is now 100% deaf. It happened very suddenly. He lost all of his hearing over the course of 2 days. And we have some theories about what his condition might be, but nothing is solid. So we can't really get him appropriate assistance because he can't get diagnosed. But unfortunately, it does seem like whatever he has, he probably does not have an absurdly long amount of time left. But we are waiting to hear back from some doctors and to see, you know, some stuff. I'm looking into getting him either hearing aids or general deaf accessibility stuff. Just to make his quality of life better. But, you know, we're working on it. Yeah, anyway, so 60 seconds is up now. I give my thank you. I don't want to make it sound like I'm making light of it, because obviously it is extremely upsetting, but I'm trying to stay positive because that attitude does help him feel better. We've been exchanging emails because he doesn't like texting to chat, and we've been chatting multiple times, like every day for a little bit, going back and forth about it. So, you know, we are working through it. I also told him, like, if he needs anything, simply say so. He's very, how do you say, like I don't want to say stubborn, but he's a very independent guy, or at least he wants to be. So, he doesn't like to accept help very easily. So I basically just said, listen, if you need me to come up, like, say the word, I'll buy a plane ticket and come up. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do that. And if I get, like, any inkling about anything, I'll probably just go up and not even bother asking. I'll just do it. So, you know, I did say this, but if that does happen, obviously I'll let you guys know. I'll probably tweet about it instead of something else if it's, like, really sudden. But if I do any streams, like, prior to flying out, I'll let you guys know. But, you know, I don't know. I don't really have any answers right now. So, can't really tell you anything for certain, but we are at a interesting crossroads as of right now. That's all. We're working on it. We are a resilient people. The Luchels. Yeah. Yes. Anyways. Positivity does make a lot of impact. Glad to know Mimi's a strong person. Yes. I was raised a, strong, independent woman. That's why I can't court any men. Damn, no bitches. I'm just saying, I'm very, I don't know, we've said this about me for completely unrelated things, but I am a very resilient person. And I think my attitude does help both of my parents kind of cope with various difficult situations. I also tend to, I guess think solution first, and then, I don't want to say grieving, but dealing with the emotional aspect later. In my mom's words, I think like a man. I don't think very, like, emotionally. I think very logically. And I've said that to some other people before, and then they've taken that as an insult to say that they don't speak, or they don't think, like, logically. But that's not what I mean by that. I'm not saying that nobody else thinks like that. I'm just saying, like, I tend to be very, like, well, here are the facts. Here's what we could do to make it at least a better situation than what it is currently, you know? Instead of just sitting here and being like, well, you know? You know? Although, that being said, the animation that I am working on right now hits very different, and you will see why later. I can't tell you now. But you'll see why it hits very different when it does come out. It's a little on the nose, if you will. Lyrically speaking, it's a bit on the nose for the current situation, but it's still quite good. So, regardless. Why am I British again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how soon, but I'd try to meet him if you can. I see. Waiting for that might not work. Yeah, I understand. I have visited him already a couple times this year, so, you know, I do kind of wish I could just do that, but I probably will end up maybe this month just going there anyway. We'll see. Financially speaking, you know, it's a little tough to make that decision. But we'll see. Like I said, if I get even, like, an inkling that something's wrong, because I do talk to him multiple times a day, if I get even, like, a semblance of an inkling that there's, like, anything at all, you know, I'm probably gonna just be like, well, I'm going, you know, which I know is not, like, the most ideal thing, but there's some complicated issues with it. That's all I need to say. Also, he's probably going to be going to stay in a hospital for a bit just to see if they can do anything for some of his issues. And obviously I can't stay there with him, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm just waiting to see. Right now we're waiting to hear back from his doctors, which, I mean, it's literally only Tuesday, and he reached out to them yesterday, so we'll probably hear either today or tomorrow about some stuff, and then I'll probably make a decision on all that, but like I said, right now, not a lot of information. Anyways, I do really like to keep my streams more positive, because I think having a more positive, corner of the internet that you can just kind of vibe in is a good thing. So I am gonna try and keep it, you know, largely just positivity here, because that's good for my mental health and also, you know, probably everyone else. So, you know, but I do appreciate everybody giving, like, your thoughts and advice and everything. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also your condolences and prayers and whatnot. You know, I do appreciate it. I do. Thank you. Also with a shot of strong coffee, because Mimi is indeed 200% more hyper today. I am. That's just because I took my migraine medication, man. That shit got so much caffeine in it. You know? Anyways, let's talk about some more positive stuff. I should eat my pears. Every time I take a bite of a pear, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like pears that much, you know? Sometimes you need to have a good cry from a dude who watches sad One Piece moments for fun. I promise you, I do that. I do that. I just do it behind closed doors, you know? I let myself handle my emotions on my own, you know? It's a little more healthy for me that way most of the time. And if I need to vent, I'll call a friend, you know? Like yesterday, I wish I could tell you why, because it would make a lot more sense in context, but, the animation that I'm working on, you'll see it later this month at some point. I don't know when. Probably. Maybe. Don't quote me. But when it's out, you'll see it and you'll be like, yes. I understand. Because like I said, lyrically speaking, it hits different, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, I do tend to deal with that stuff kind of in my own space. My own little safe space. Yeah, pears are mid as fuck. Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, I really like pineapples. I like Granny Smith apples more than other types of apples, but I like other types of apples and things like apple pie and all that. But, you know. Pears are peak? Someone's fighting after school. Whoa! I think I've done a fruit tier list before, but if we were going to do a tier list, let's see. We got S, A, B, C, and I'm skipping straight to F down here. I feel like for fruit, pears are kind of like a C for me. Like, I don't hate them, but, you know. Apples are also kind of like a C for me, unless it's the green apples, then that goes up to a B. For me, bananas are kind of F tier. I'll eat bananas, but, like, I'm never excited about eating a banana. You know what I mean? I like bananas in things, but, like, you know? Pineapples are, like, A tier. I love good pineapple. Strawberries are S tier. Blueberries are A tier. You like my drawings here? They're beautiful. Cherries are also A tier. A fellow Granny Smith apple enjoyer, I see. Yeah, they're good. Also Jordan, hi. You've been here for a very long time, but hi. What other fruits? Mangoes. For me, I love mango flavored things, but mangoes themselves are just such a pain in the ass to eat. So I'm putting mangoes down at C. I'm also gonna put oranges at C, but that being said, like them little tangerine clementine guys, those are A tier. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little halos and all that. Oh yeah. Limes and lemons, I would never eat them alone. You know what I mean? F tier for me is like, it's still good, but like I'm not gonna eat that on its own. Like a lemon or a lime. I'll eat it in something and enjoy it. Like I love lemonade, but like I'm not gonna eat just a lemon. You know what I'm talking about? This is me going straight off just eating the raw fruit. You know what I mean? What else is there? Ora, I'll meet you at the rooftop. You better come. Wrong move. Time to finally show my secret weapon. What in the world is going on in here? What other fruits are there? Wait, hold on. Watermelon. I do like watermelon, but watermelon is kind of like C tier for me. That is not a watermelon. That is a lemon. I just drew a lemon. Watermelon. Grapefruits. Grapefruits are kind of F tier for me. Because if you have to put sugar on it for it to be good, I'm kind of like, you know? Straight off limes and lemons munching is diabolical. I've seen it happen. I've seen people do it. You know what? I'm gonna, now that I'm like putting some of these in here, I'm gonna move apples and pears up to B tier. Oh, Lord. Sorry, Monty. Didn't mean to steal your hair there for a second. Maybe like this. Then melons of all types are mid. Yeah, I like honeydew melon as well. But, like, I'm not, like, if you get those little mixed fruit bowls, I'm gonna eat it, like, last. Like, honeydew melon or watermelon. I'm gonna reach for almost everything else first and then eat those last. You know what I mean? I reach for the strawberries first, the pineapple second. You know what I'm talking about? Dragon fruit is bad. I also don't really like dragon fruit. It's really cool, but I just don't, it's like, you know, you know? To be fair, all fruits in Japan are expensive. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I would hate such a life. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not that, like, you can get them almost everywhere here for, like, relatively okay money, you know? Let's see. What else? Raspberries. I think blackberries and raspberries are S tier. I freaking love those things. Kiwis! I freaking love kiwis. Kiwis are an A tier because I only like them at like a very specific point. I mean, I'm kind of that way with every fruit, I guess. I like harder fruits better. S tier, peaches. Peaches are S tier. Plums are like A tier for me. I like them a little bit less. But peaches and like nectarines, peaches specifically, S tier. Plums. Yes, I've had plums. I like plums. They're good. Apricots. I do like apricots. That's a B tier. A little apricot. What else? What else is there? I don't know. I like fruit. Oh, I like fruit. I don't think there's a single fruit that I dislike. I'm picky about, like, ripeness, of course, but I don't know. I also forgot to draw any eyelashes. Oh, and I don't really like the way that looks, so we're gonna give Monty some eyelashes. But yeah. And I didn't even color in her teeth. What kind of a psycho am I? Avocado is S. Avocado's good, but I would never eat an avocado alone. You know what I mean? I love avocado in things like sushi or like with rice and chicken or whatever. I'm trying to think. I had something at... Oh my god, I haven't eaten at Cheesecake Factory in a billion years because it's so expensive for like mid-food. But I had something that had avocado with it. And it was really good. I don't know what it was, but that was like the first time I was ever like, oh, avocado hitting different right now. Yeah. So avocado's like iffy for me. I don't know. I know I'm a white girl, but I'm not an avocados on toast type of person. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I want to design an outfit, so that's what we're going to do right now. Also, I kind of have to pee, but I'm going to put it off for a little bit. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go pee. Hold on, I'll be right back. BRB screen incoming. Fastest pisser in the West, Mimi Luchel. Anyways. Anyways, I'm back. Yes, I did wash my hands, okay. I showered this morning, so I'm not stinky. And when I showered, because I had a headache, I thought the shower would make me feel better. It didn't really, but it kind of helped. So I don't know. Anyways, I showered in the dark. Well, not the dark. The low light. I had, like, a lamp on. It's like ambient lighting, you know. And it was really cool. But, you know, maybe I shouldn't say this. I was gonna say, the shadow made it look like I had 4 titties. It was kind of funny, because it was like given like one of them double shadows. It was really weird looking. I was like, whoa, what's going on over here? That's not related to anything. I just walked by my shower and thought about it. Anyways, let's design an outfit. Showering in the dark kind of hits, right? Oh, wooga. I didn't actually have... It was just the shadow. It was funny. Anyways, yeah. I'm a little innovative, you know. If your head hurt but you got a shower, you shower in the low lighting. You turn on the little lamp and then you go brrr in the shower, you know? It was kind of a vibe. It was kind of a vibe. It was a little hard to see, like, everything, but, I mean, I know what my, like, shampoo bottles and all that look like, so it wasn't that bad. It was just kind of, like, mildly annoying, but, you know. Thanks for letting us know, I guess. You're welcome! You're welcome for that information that no one asked for. You're so welcome. Thanks for sharing with the class. You're so welcome. Anyways, you know, I just wanted to share my thoughts. I'm an honest person. You know, tee-hee and all that. Anyway, I want to make an outfit based off those little hydrangeas. Hydrangeas? Hydrangea.
Hydrangea.
Oh.
Hydrangea.
Hydrangea. That don't sound right. Give me the British.
Hydrangea.
Hydrangea. I don't like
Hydrangea.
that. It looks like it should be hydrangea. Like the Gia part. It should be like a hydrangea. 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 I don't know if I like that. Awooga Maxers are eating good today. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a say-so VTuber. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Hi, Grangia. Hi, Biscus. Hi, Biscus. Hello, Mario. Wow. Anyways, so little hydrangea outfit is what we will be doing right now. Hydrangea. You're infinitely more say-so than some people. That is true. I'm be so real. I genuinely am very say-so. I know I make jokes, but like genuinely, I get so embarrassed. So embarrassed so quickly. I get secondhand embarrassment from some things, you know? Like, I don't know how some people do it. You know how some people are always like, well, even if I fail at being like a content creator, a VTuber, or whatever, I can always just go beyond like, you know, One Piece. OnlyFans. Or, Fansly or something. Like, I always just go do that. But for me, I'm like, hell no, I could never do that. Hell no, I couldn't. Hell no. What's your favorite flower, since we're on the topic? I don't know if I have, like, a favorite flower. There's a lot... See, okay, I like a lot of things, and I don't choose singular favorites terribly often. So, I don't know. But... Maybe wisteria? Maybe a wisteria. Like, tree. I do quite like that. Because it's a big old fucking tree. But that's not like a single flower. Maybe like a lavender or something. I don't know. I like purple things. I like purple ones. I like the ones that are purple. Does that count? Or. I do like hydrangeas. I do like them. So I don't really know. Okay. We're doing a hydrangea. I'm gonna say it my way. I don't care if it's correct or not. Gerberas. I need to look up a gerbera. I don't know what that looks like. Gerbera. Oh, those are pretty. I'll show you. I'll show you guys, chat. I'll show you so you don't have to worry. You can get the context. Context. Wow! Look at that. These are pretty. I like them Picasso. Yeah. Sunflowers, I know. Snapdragons? I don't know what a snapdragon is. Snapdragon. Central processing unit. Listen, I was talking about the flower. I don't know what. Flower. Oh, these are also pretty. The like little pink stems and stuff that they got going. Or not pink stems. I'm sorry, the pink flowers off the stems like this. I like that. I like that. And Terhinum. Wow. What would my scientific name be? Mimica stupidus. I like tons of flowers. Yeah, me too. Flowers are nice, you know. How long have you been drawing for, if you don't mind me asking? Hi, Cotton Candy. Welcome, welcome. I've been drawing since the year... Well, okay, technically, I've been drawing ever since I was in, like, preschool. Technically. But I started drawing with the intent of improving and actually, like, doing, like, you know, serious level drawing when I was 12. 12 years ago. So, 12 years. Yes. In conclusion, Mimi thinks all flowers are pretty. I do! Flowers are pretty! Flowers are pretty. There's one flower that I do not think is pretty, though. I do not think that one stinky flower is very pretty. You know that one stinky flower? You know what I'm talking about? It was in like in like Animal Crossing Wild World, it would appear occasionally. That one stinky flower. The corpse flower. That's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of a different stinky flower. Maybe it is this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Edelweiss. I don't know what Edelweiss is. Edelweiss. Plant. Search. Ooh. This looks like a fuzzy bug. I kind of like it. It's like a mix between a... Oh, hold on. I messed it. Hold on. This one, please. There it is. It looks kind of like a fuzzy spider and a fuzzy moth if they were also a flower. Rafflesia. Ooh. Raffle. Esia. This can be the last one I'm looking up. Oh, this is the stinky flower I was thinking of. This one. This one's real stinky. I don't think these ones are very pretty. Stinking corpse lily. Yeah. Yeah, this one I'm not really a fan of. I just know that this flower is large. I mean, look at it compared to this man. It's the same size as that adult man. That's a lot. It's a big ass fucking flower. That's one big ass fucking flower. Now that's a Vileplume. See, Vileplume's cute. Vileplume's cute. That corpse flower is the Vileplume something Pokemon. Yeah! Vileplume is cute, but in the world that we currently live in, that flower, not really a flower I like. I like other flowers. I like the pretty, smelly, good flowers, you know? That's its name, ass. What name, ass? Whoa, what? That's its name now. Big ass flower. That's its name. Ass. Okay, hold on. I gotta think. Do I want this to be kind of streetwear or kind of idol or something in between? I feel like something kind of in between would be good, but I don't know. Let's think. I'm thinking with my head. I was also rubbing my eyeballs, so my tracking probably got real fucked up there for a second. Anyways, I'm thinking with my head. Let's see. I do this silhouette all of the time, like that like big high skirt silhouette. And it's funny that I design things for that all the time because I look so bad in that silhouette of costume. Let's do kind of like a smaller, still puffed skirt. I think this is really cute. Let's do this. Y2K theme? I don't design like I feel like I would need references for that. I don't design Y2K stuff too terribly often. I would need like a point of reference. Spider lily is pretty and creepy at the same time. I love red spider lilies. They're like really cool, like symbolically and everything. I was gonna put red spider lilies in I think Reverie in one of the original sketches. I had something to do with that. I also was a part of a chorus battle group that was gonna cover Manjushage, but yeah, that didn't happen. But it was very like it had that going on in there. Yeah. Anyways, I do like those ones. They're cool. They're thematic and cool and whatnot. I don't like the way that the anatomy is anatomying up here. Something about that don't look right. That also don't look right, but maybe like a middle ground between those things. Sure. We'll roll with that. Anyways, let's get some pictures of hydrangeas on the screen, shall we? Hydrangea. Hydrangea. Did you know that the colors on the hydrangea flower petals depend on how much acidity or base is in the soil that they are planted in? Because that is what is the way they are. Did you know? This is the flower that we're basing the outfit on over here. This guy. Yeah. Anyways, let's make this a smidge meter bigger while we're at it. Like here. Sure. Okay. I feel like putting the flowers kind of like this is like kind of cute. Maybe like even up like a shoulder. I think like cute little like sheer puff sleeves maybe, like that are like longer. Not too long, but like here. Maybe not. That kind of muddies the silhouette a bit. Meow 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 meow. Hydrangea. Oh, what if it went all the way down the like side of the skirt? And it did like this. So it kind of like curves over the boob, up this thing, across the chest, and then down the skirt. That's like kind of cute. And then like we could do little like flying away ones, you know. We could put a shoulder. Oh, your shoulder on the right. Your shoulder on the right. A butterfly in front of me. Yeah, a butterfly. That's kind of cute. Also, hydrangeas, they're giving like you have to have space buns with little flowers in them. I feel like I don't make the rules, but that just seems correct. And in my not so humble, very correct opinion. Red spider lily's pretty and creepy. Oh, I already read that. Yes, I agrees, actually. I gotta swap my chat to live chat. Sometimes it swaps back to top chat, and then I miss a couple messages, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? People gonna think I'm ignoring them. Come on, Streamlabs. Anyways, I think that's cute. Maybe like long, thin sleeves. Thin but flowy. Maybe? That's kind of fashion-y. I'm kind of vibing on that one. Top chat, get filtered. It's true, it does though. It just filters it, and I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to read my fucking chat. You know, I'm trying to read. Try to read my motherfucking chat, bro. I don't know if I like that neckline. Meow 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 meow. Draping cloth over the side. I am thinking about that, like something kind of like down this way. I'm not really sure. Hold on. Let's plop some colors up on this bit so I can get an idea of what's going on. We'll make it look better than this in a second, but this is the color of the flowers. I feel like I want some of these like up here. Can't wait for Mimi to get filtered by Anjanath in Monster Hunter. What's that? I don't know what that is. Is it a monster? I'll hunt it. What about a veil? Maybe. I don't really know. We'll see. We'll see. I want to plan the rest of it before we get too deep into an accessory type of vibe. I feel like putting some of these on like the bottom of the sleeves is also kind of an idea, or maybe like bracelets or something. I don't know, maybe. What should the base color of this be? Base. I have a shit ton of white, light like sky blue and like periwinkle like fabrics already that I was gonna use for something, and I don't have a use for them anymore, so maybe we'll just use that. And then if I ever do make this in real life, then we can just use those. Because for some reason, I like to plan things off of real things that I could do. I don't know. I like to design outfits based on like real world options, you know, like fabrics and stuff, because it makes it more like, I don't know, realistic. Trying to think what I have. I don't really know. We'll do like a something like this. Not that much. Kind of like this color, yeah. Same kind of color, a little different. I kind of want to do like a, you know, those like extra skirt layers that people have sometimes that go kind of like this, like it's like an additional, and they sew it on top of what they've already got. I don't know if this is the vibes for this, but you know, they sew like one of these on there, like, and they sew it onto this part of the skirt. It's like an extra little layer on the bottom side of like ruffles that's just kind of hanging off like this. Just kind of cute. I don't know if it's serving for this, but I do kind of like it. I kind of like this better though, like without it. So maybe not. Maybe not. I'm thinking with my brain. My brain is what I'm thinking with. Mimi, realistic. Me, alright, add a wing on it. You know, when I say realistic, I don't mean like, you know, realistic. I'm just saying like craftable. Realistic by cosplayer standards, you know? A wing would be kind of cool. Oh my god, wait. You gave me an idea. You gave me an idea. Hold the horses. Someone find all of the horses and hold on to them. Like fairy wing. Like a little fairy wing drapey do. The execution's a little bizarre, but you can get the concept for sure. A little fairy wing drapey do. Not that part. This part. Like these. That's kind of cute, isn't it? It'll be on this side too. Or maybe just the one side. That's kind of camp. That's kind of campy. That's kind of campy. Maybe. I definitely want to add more stuff to the skirt. I'm thinking maybe like layering it in some way. This top, I have a fabric thing for it that has like a texture. It's got like, it's really textured, so it'd be that. But maybe not for the whole top. Maybe just like a front panel or something. Maybe the side panels would be different. I don't know. But we can add extra layers to the skirt. So maybe we could do like a something like this. Like a little top layer, skirt layer, skirt layer. You know? A little layer. Perhaps even a layer. That's like a little see-through. That's kind of cute. It's kind of serving. Hold on. A little, like, just a little, like, second layer. A little bit shorter than the one on the bottom to really emphasize the layers. But, you know. I kind of like that. Right? That's kind of serving. What if it was, like, shiny? Ooh! Yeah, shiny. Just saying I have a lot of playlists. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. How's it, Bracken? What's bustin' bobber? What's up? I know how to talk like a normal person. Oh my god, the other day, one of my friends was messaging me about, like, something that happened, and I was like, it's okay. I'm here for you. Like, if you need to talk about this or anything else in general, I'm also here for that. Oh, well, I mean, generally, okay. Anyway, TLDR, like, I'm here for you. And I sent like 55 messages when it could have just been like a I'm here for you. That's it, one message. But I sent like 50 messages and they were not coherent at all. And I was like, good God, why am I like this? Insane name. No. Wonderful name. It's a great name. It's a great name. What's wrong? What's wrong with it? What do we think about adding leaves? Do the leaves kind of add to it or take away from it? I can't decide. I'm going to get rid of them for now. Well, actually, now that I got rid of them, it feels like there's no visual distinction. The leaves are coming back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. All right, leaves. You're getting a little, just a couple leaves in here. Yeah, something like that, maybe. Oh, don't know. Okay, I'm kind of thinking, instead of the shoulder on the right, la 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 lee, butterfly in front of me, okay? Instead of that, what if we get a little more silhouette? We get a little crafty. We get a little fancy. Big ass hydrangea. That's not what hydrangeas look like. Hold on, let me look at this. Do they have 4 petals? They have 4 petals and they're a little more pointed than that. Okay, hold on. Something like this. It's kind of campy. Like a big ass fucking flower on the shoulder. I gotta get the curving of this correct. Yeah, maybe like that. I'm debating if I want it to be like on the front, on the side of the shoulder, or maybe on the side of the arm. But I'm just gonna kind of slap it here, I think. Just kind of slap that one down on there. That'll be fine. Vile plume. No, not vile plume. Just decorative. Hello, Ash McDonald. What's going on? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, welcome. Me greeting new people like the most insane of people. Okay. That's an option for the shoulder, or put it on the waist. The waist might be better. Waku waku. The waist might be better. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Shoulder? Shoulder's kind of good, but I always worry about overcrowding the upper body because then you look very frumpy. Or at least you run the risk of looking very frumpy. I would look very frumpy. I think this is good. This way. I'm just gonna pop my skin tone back there for now, and then we'll decide whether or not it will be me wearing this or somebody else wearing this later, because that's not important right now. But we're just gonna slap a skin tone on so I can see what's supposed to be white, the sleeves, and what's supposed to be skin tone. Wow, look at that. Okay, skin tone. Do you have a short torso? I don't know. Let me look at the mirror. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever really questioned that. Hold on. My torso is maybe like a teeny weeny bit shorter than my legs, but they're pretty much the same. They're pretty much like my legs are the same length as my torso, give or take. I have short legs, so it's kind of hard to tell. But obviously that's without heels. But yeah, I don't know. No? Yes? No? I don't have a particularly short torso, but I tend to look kind of frumpy if I wear my waistlines too high up. You know? I want to wear them like a little bit lower than my actual waistline to make it look like my torso's longer. I don't know, around 5 bananas long torso. No, well, 2, 3, maybe actually. Oh, you're just short. Got it. Yes. Well, yes, but it's more complicated than that. I swear. Anyways, let's see. Let's add. I'm feeling a little braided. Like if this is like some sort of satin or silk or something, like a little braided strap on the other side. Because the braids are kind of reminiscent of the way the hydrangeas are. It's kind of reminiscent. Kind of vibing with it. I don't know if I'm vibing with the one wing. I kind of like it, but I kind of hate it. Let's see what it looks like without it. Scram, Bojo. Well, see, now it feels a bit empty, so I guess we'll leave it. I feel like white shoes is kind of the vibe for this, but I would want to put some sort of a hydrangea colored accessory, so we'll do shoelaces for now, but maybe that's not what it'll end up being. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe like a little white collar / necklace situation. Gotta love a collar necklace situation. This neckline is like screaming, I need a necklace. You know? It's screaming, give me a necklace or give me death. I don't know. Probably some sort of flowery necklace would go right there. I like it. It gives more personality. That's true. It does. It does. Let's see now. Let's see meow. Something like that. Something like that. I have this shirt that I'm wearing right now And I got it as like a gift from one of my friends who went on a vacation to what does it say? Myrtle Beach. Because it's like a purple shirt with a turtle on it. But it's really comfortable and really soft and nice to wear, like around the house. But it's one of those shirts that doesn't have appropriate, like, it's got like unhemmed edges. Like, they're stitched so it won't completely unravel, but like the edges are not hemmed on purpose because it's supposed to be like the beachy look, I guess. But it's really annoying because strings always come off of it, and I'm always like getting tangled up in them, and I kind of hate it. There's like one on each sleeve right now. I kind of hate it. I don't know. Nice white purple stockings would also work. Pedo. What you pedoing me for? Also true though. Yeah, let's put a little more thought into the shoes and whatnot process down here. Let's put a little thought into that. Let's see. I do kind of want to incorporate the lavenders a bit more. This is just kind of like a messy sketch of it, but you know. We're definitely going for the color palette of this image. Let's see. Also, my hair is purple, so we can just kind of slap that on there. Yeah. No, that's... Sure. That's good. I don't look like that. But you know what? No one will know. No one will know. Why? How would they know? They'll never know. Looks great. Looks great. Instead of shoes, more like sandals. I was thinking heels of some sort. I do see the sandal vision though. Let's try stocking stuff. I feel like thigh high might be too much. Thigh high might be too much. Crew, maybe? I don't hate the crew sock, but I don't know. I don't know. You know? I definitely think the shoes should be white at the very least. I definitely think that. Because that kind of ties the vibe together. I don't know what kind of shoe though. Maybe instead of that, there could be like some sort of a... like a little accessory on the ankle. Maybe. Like a hydrangea accessory on the ankle, you know? Hydrangeas. Like a little... like a hair tie that you wear on your wrist, but instead it's on your leg. Clearly they need to be white stockings with purple flowers at the top. Ooh, you're kind of cooking. You're kind of cooking. Around the middle of the thighs. A man of culture. Can I do this an easier way? Maybe. Almost started singing the NDA song. Can't do that. Don't do that, Mimi. Don't do that. Oh my god. There we go. White. The white is a ghost. That's a little better. That's a lot less egregious. That's a lot less egregious. And I do think I like the concept of, like, either of these being printed or 3D. I'm not really sure. But, like, this sort of a thing. Okay, wait. Hear me out. Hold on. Instead of that, same thing, just on this side. In kind of like a ring. So kind of like a garter made out of flowers. Like 3D flowers. And then for this side, I was going to say like a white garter, but like a belt. Something to match the collar, you know what I mean? Just at the top of the sock. I don't hate that. Heaven Hoshi! Hi! You know the pear. Crazy. Every time I take a bite out of a pear, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like this that much. Every time. But because I have the bowl of them in front of me, I'm like, oh, pear! Oh, snack! Man knows his thighs. You know what? I can't even complain. Shout out to you for knowing your thighs. I'm gonna get some pears later just to spite you. Good! Me forcing you to eat healthy through, psychological manipulation. Let's go pear A tier. Wait, fuck. No, you can't take it back now. You have to do it. You promised. You said you would. You have to do it. I've been had. And that's some lesson on reverse psychology, or whatever the fuck that's called. Yeah! Get his ass! Anyways, it would be like so cute if there were little white bows in the hair that were like kind of dangly doopy droopy doo, you know? That's definitely a string of sentences that, like, those words made a sentence. 100% those words definitely formed a sentence, and don't question it. Yeah, that's cute. Also, I'm kind of thinking, like, okay, what if small in the buns, okay, because I don't have, my hair is quite thin. Doing that is built for someone with, like, afro hair, which if there's a person with afro hair doing this, absolutely put your afros in, like, afro space buns and then just stick little hydrangea flowers in it. That is such a big brain idea, but I do not have that. I'm not built that way. So we're gonna do little curly dropouts from my buns. Little curly dropouts from my bun. Wavy, I guess. My hair is more wavy than curly, but yeah. Yeah. But, like, if someone with afro hair, there's a term for that I'm forgetting, but you know what I mean, afro style hair, was going to wear this 100% big poofy space buns with little flowers in it to look like the hydrangea bunches, that would eat so much. That would absolutely eat. It would eat and leave no crumbs. Hi, Ruby! Welcome. And Hebber Jebber. I know you already here, but Hebber Jebber. Your name's just fun to say. What can I say? Anyways. How are you doing today, Ruby? And also, Heaven Hoshi, how are you today? I didn't ask. I just kind of screamed your name at you and then was like, yep, moving along with my day. How are you guys doing today? Okay, wait, this is quite cute. What if beneath the periwinkle layer, we put a little thin layer of lavender skirt? Like, kind of like this. You know. Love is just a game we play. Love, hate, trust, and betray. Do you say you do feel the same? Spark me like flame. I know I'll never be the same. Oh, do you? Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, I want to talk about something. Also, I think you could unironically go for Converse shoes with a contrasted casual e-girl weeb look. See, I was thinking, let me see. I don't know what these are called. I have a pair of shoes that are like, white platform. They're not Mary Jane's, but let me just look this up and see if I could find it. No, Mary Jane is not the right term. White platform, lace shoes, ankle, maybe? Oh my god, this is literally exactly the pair that I was talking about. That's crazy. On Amazon, even. Well, here, this is going to dox probably where I live, so let me open up just the image and show you that, like a smart person, instead of showing you my Amazon that says ship to my house. Jesus! Jesus, Mimi's gonna dox herself live on stream. That's not what we want to do. That would be bad. That would not be ideal. These shoes. This is what I'm thinking for it. Because they're kind of sneaker, but also very performance. Yeah. Hello, Jesus. Welcome, welcome. Self-dox, let's go. I came home early from work feeling sicky. Oh my god, no! I hope you're okay. Get some, like super orange juice or something. Like, boost that immune system. Give it a boost. Does that actually do anything? Is that pseudoscience? Maybe. I don't know. Try it. Try it out. Yeah. Those are some whack. These are not whack. I wore these for our SuperCon performance, I think. They're really comfortable, but they look good too. Why do they have chompers? They look good. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking of. Your shoes are whack. Converse in the year 2024. Shut the fuck. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But they're nice. They're nice. Can I just say that this is exactly how 80% of made con cafe girls look? Like, that's kind of true. Convention made cafe people, they usually have like a very specific I mean, it depends on the cafe obviously, but very specific like dress code. And sometimes they specify like what shoes they have to wear, and sometimes they don't. I know Cafe Kirahoshi specified shoes, and I always thought that made it look a lot more unified. Granted, I didn't have the correct shoes for that because I was only there like occasionally, but you get it. But I always thought it made it look a lot better that way. Anyway, this being said, I kind of want to add these shoelaces again. I feel like we need a little bit of color down here. Just a small bit of color. Just a small bit of color. Anyway, I want to talk about something. I don't get sick very often. Like not even every year. So I think this one just has to rock my system and get out. I feel that. I used to say I don't get sick often, but then I was sick for like half of this entire year. So I don't really say that anymore. I feel like I harsh bragged too much. I harsh bragged too much and I felt the consequences, the karma straight out of it. Anyways, so I don't know. Also, I don't go outside often enough, so I'm probably not being exposed to like people germs as often as I used to. So that's probably why my immune system is less powerhouse now. You know, I used to go to public school. Truly hell on earth for germs. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about. So I'm sure you guys probably saw this if you are like a VTuber fan. But I want to talk about the VTuber sphere, because I feel like there's something very obvious that a lot of VTubers understand, but VTuber watchers don't necessarily always understand. And that's corporate graduations. So I'm sure you probably saw, but Hololive, the agency, has had 3 graduations recently. 4 graduations recently, if you count Ame. They had Ame, Fauna, Aqua, and Chloe. Ooh, I miss Fauna. Yes, Fauna's a queen. Anyway, Lemon Leaf exists. Interesting. Unrelated completely, obviously. But what I was gonna say was, I think something that VTuber fans don't quite understand, and I don't mean this in a bad-mouthing way, I'm trying to say this as an informing way, and I think we will see this as a continuing thing for some people and not all people, because it really does just depend on what individual people prefer. But basically, corporations, not all of them of course, but the corporations that VTubers work for are primarily Japanese corporations. And Japanese corporations hiring English talents often leads to a sort of disconnect, because Japanese corporations, for like talent and stuff, they run themselves a lot different than how, for example, Americans, or I guess British people, Australian people, like English speaking folks, not that you can't speak English in Japan, you know what I mean, overseas people, I'll say, tend to run different companies and things like that. Like, we view it very differently, culturally speaking. And I think a lot of people who are English VTubers in corporations are realizing, like, I got into the corporation, which is, you know, a huge goal for lots of indie VTubers. It was mine for a while as well. As you know, I've ditched it now, but like, it's a big goal for a lot of indie VTubers, and it's interesting because once you get in, people suddenly view you as, like, more canon, more worthy of being seen, you know, more like you're on a pedestal or whatever, you know. You get more eyes on you because you're part of a big corporation. So that's why a lot of people are looking at it like that's the ideal situation. But then once you're in that situation, you realize you don't have the freedoms that you had when you were indie. You have to say things how the corpo wants you to say it. You have to act how the corpo wants you to act. You have to do the activities the corpo wants you to do when they want you to do it. And for a lot of people, not everyone, but for a lot of people, that sort of thing is very difficult to keep up with, especially if it doesn't align with what their personal goals are. Like, some people, like, for Hololive, for example, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone, because I don't know anyone. Well, not anyone, but I don't know most of those people personally. So just speaking from my own viewpoint here. But it's like, some people don't want to be like an idol, for example. Some people don't want to pursue music as heavily. Some people don't want to do things like voice packs or like roleplay-esque stuff, or really play into the character, especially considering the fact that, I don't know if any of you know this, but corporations, with the exception of maybe VShojo, and then like some other like smaller corporations, but bigger corporations like Niji-Sanji, Hololive, like, they do not make a character for the people that they hire on. They hire on people based off of the characters they already have. So essentially, you have people getting assigned to a character that might not necessarily fit their own personality or their own vibes. It fits their voice. And sometimes it doesn't even do that, depending on how much it seems as though the corporation, you know, cares about it. So it depends, of course. But basically, the theory behind it is they're assigning voices to pre-made characters. So that's often why you see a lot of corporation VTubers graduating and going back to their indie places, because they're like, I've already gained everything I can, in theory, from being in this corporation. Like, I have the eyes on me, I have a dedicated community and all of that. But once they kind of hit that peak, they're like, I want to do things that I want to do, and I now have the capability to just go do that instead of staying here and dealing with being told what to do all the time. So I know seeing your Oshis graduate and stuff from corporations is very scary, but you'll notice that a large majority of them go indie. And I think that's why it's important to support indie people just as much as it is corporation people. Because, number one, when you do support indies, most of the time, your things like financial support go directly and fully, yeah, you just said it too, Zenithor, they go fully to the creator you want to support. They're not splitting it with the corporation, which, I mean, I do understand why they have to split it with the corporation, because the corporation does do a lot for them and manage them and everything, most of the time. But TLDR, the point is, like, they want the freedom, they want to be able to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. Not every VTuber cares about this, but a lot of us do, where it's like, I want to be able to choose what I look like as a VTuber. Like, I want to be able to, like, if I like the color pink more than the color green or the color orange or whatever, like whatever you were assigned in the corporation as your like, you know, your character and everything. That's why like when certain people graduate from one corporation and they either like re-debut elsewhere or go back to being indie, like you'll see that the theming they have around their character is entirely different and it's more aligned with their actual core self and what they want. So they're more comfortable with it, you know what I mean? So it's very interesting and kind of complex, but at the same time it's a very simple concept of English speaking people I don't know how to say this, but culturally speaking, especially in America, I'll use America as a direct thing because that's obviously my viewpoint, but especially in America, we are like, I want to do it my way, and if I have the financial stability to do it, I'm just gonna do it my way. Like, I do what I want. I'm free, you know, freedom, caca, woo, you know? So it's interesting, but I do think we will be seeing a lot more corporate graduations and indie re-debuts or debuts in general, just because that's so much more viable for people who already have an established community. So I don't want to say like look forward to graduations, because I'm not speaking for anyone at all. I'm just saying like don't be surprised if you see more of it, because people are usually like, you know, I want to be able to do what I want to do. Yeah, average American goes to work for a Japanese company. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I don't know, I've never worked for a Japanese company, but from what I have heard and seen, it's kind of like, you don't speak up against things. You just do what they tell you to do and you don't have a say about it. And a lot of American people, for example, are like, well, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be treated this way. Like, I'm the talent, for example. And there's nothing wrong with either thing necessarily. It's just some people prefer being their own person, how they want to do it, and like controlling all of that, while other people do prefer having the management and just being told what to do. You know what I mean? It's a personal preference thing. So yeah, I don't know, don't despair when you see your Oshis graduating and then re-debuting indie, because like you could still support them. It's the same person, TLDR. At the end of the day, it's the same person. That also being said, support indies in general, because it's the same, you know, same people. I'm an indie, hello. But you know what I mean? Supporting indie people. Anyway, so just in case anybody was questioning about that, I do have like a little bit of inside look into the corporate mindset. I will not elaborate, but you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Nothing wrong with any of it. It's just it's truly a matter of personal preference at the end of the day. And I do think it's best that everyone's doing what they prefer personally. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a bad guy all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you hear, like, disagreement with company whatever. I'm not talking about Kiara. I'm not talking about Kiara. I promise you I'm not talking about her. Don't worry about that. When I said that, I was referring to the fact that I was interviewed for an agency. I will say that. And then obviously that didn't go anywhere. So I will say that, but no elaborating further because I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah. Less restriction equal happy streamer, happy fan base. Yeah, exactly. And I know it's like we're gonna be struggling to like get into that, but because VTubing is definitely still in its infancy, it's only been around for like 5 years or so, give or take. Everyone is still kind of learning the lay of the land, you know what I mean? So, unfortunately, we probably will see more graduations and things, but, I mean, like, don't despair. Don't despair. I don't like that. That didn't look right. Because, you know, it's often a good thing that they're doing for themselves and for the betterment of their, like, mental states and their content and all that. When they graduate, yeah, it's usually because of that. You know what I mean? Obviously, everybody has their own reasons for doing everything, but yeah. Hopefully that clears things up, and you're not like, why is everyone graduating? Because there's a lot of fear mongering going around in like places like Twitter and then like news forums and stuff around VTuber stuff, and it's just like, It's like, I know it's scary to be like, oh my god, they're all graduating. What's wrong with the company? What's this and that? It's like, no, guys. The answer is right in front of us. It's not that deep, you know? It's truly not that bad. The answer is simply Americans in a Japanese company. You know? I'd cry if Yago graduates. Not Yago! Not Yago! That's okay. I have a feeling he might be sticking around for a bit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know shit, actually. But yeah. Anyways. This outfit is cute. I don't think it's quite done yet, but I want to go back and do like a cleaner sketch over it. So we can actually tell what the hell is going on. You know? Not like a super clean sketch. Just something that's a little bit cleaner. At least for the flowers, because good god, that looks very chaotic. You know? Anyways. Yeah. I think the fact that Japanese corpos are kind of shit also play a big part. I didn't say that. Are you wrong? I also didn't say that. You know, it's just, it truly is like a matter of preference for individuals. That's all, you know? Okay, we'll say it. Will I correct you? No. You know, I have nothing against corporations or anything like that. Like I said, you know, that was my goal for a very long time. I just think it's kind of a toxic mindset that this community as a whole kind of needs to learn how to move on from. That you can only make it if you're either really lucky or in major company, you know? Because the future of VTubing is not in companies. I could tell you that. Like, obviously, there's gonna be a future with companies, but, like, the future of VTubing truly does lie in indies. You know what I mean? Or people who will be indie, or who are indie, or whatever. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a mix, but the world doesn't belong to the corporation. The world belongs to us all. You know? They need to have perms for everything, and there's big tons of incompetent managers that would drive anyone mad. Well, that is true. There's also a large abundance of other things that may be issues that I shan't speak on. As I don't wish to get in trouble, but, you know, there's... Everybody got issues. And I feel like a lot of issues will probably come to light over the span of the next couple of years. I won't speak on it. I do think there's a lot of incompetent management for sure across the sphere in general. You know? But yeah, I don't know. Support indie people. That's all. TLDR. TLDR teehee. The teehee DR. You know. Yeah. Anyways. Preach. Yeah. Also, I'm not talking about anyone specific. If you see me with anything at any point, or if you are thinking I'm talking about a specific person, I'm not telling you anyone is graduating. I'm not telling you anyone talk to me about this. Those are my own personal opinions. Okay, personal opinions that I've learned from my personal experience. Okay, that is all. Do not misconstrue that. Not that any of you would, but like if anyone saw that out of context, you know, don't misconstrue it. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm just saying. That's all. Anyways, love is just a game we play. Love, hate, trust, and betray. Do you say you do feel that? I wasn't talking about Kiara, just like asteroid music, okay? Same, spark me like flame. I know I'll never be the same. Oh, do you? Do you? Ba-ba-dee-boo-dee-ba-dee-boo. Wow. I'm putting this on Twitter and you can't stop me. You can! Just keep the context in. Keep the context in. Please. Because I do think it's a valuable opinion to share, you know what I mean? Just being like, listen, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Because there are people who are like, is something wrong with this company? What's going on behind closed doors or whatever? It's like, guys, calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ. Fear-mongering is so normalized. It's insane. Like, chill, pals. They're not dying, you know? Doom posting, yeah. Like, calm down, everyone. We realize they're not, like, VTubers aren't dead when they graduate, you know? Crazy. It is, right? Did you contribute to Do You too? No, I wasn't in Asteroid when they did Do You. I was friends with everybody, but, I was not a member at that time. I was next to Mani in a Disney World, actually, when, well, outside of Disney World. We were going to Disney for the day, but we were in our little fucking motel room or whatever when Do You dropped for the first time, and it was very cool. Mani was very nervous-sighted, and it was very cool to observe. Very cool to observe. Yeah. I don't know those last couple ones, but I know the first ones. X is just a crazy place. Just please don't open that app at all. That is so true. I like to open it because my personal feed is really not that bad. Like my following feed, I just see a lot of pretty art and like VTubers being like, look what I did today. You know what I mean? I like watching Ollie tweet about her pregnancy for the 999th time. Or her like 72 babies or whatever she's got going on. I don't know. I love Ollie. What a queen. You know? I just see things and I observe things and I'm like, that's not the most productive use of our time now, is it? You know? I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's clickbait, so it doesn't matter, but, you know. I just think there's a slight responsibility if you say things as though it is fact, when it is not indeed fact. Weird, that sounds more like Bao posting about being bred by a wolf. Well, that too. She is a queen, after all. The thing about liking Ollie as a VTuber is that Ollie probably likes you back. Ollie was in my streams, and she does follow me. She's such a queen. She's come to 2 streams and just been like, hello. She said more than that, but you know what I mean. I love her. I have so much respect for her doing that. Because, like, you know how many, like, corpo VTubers, like, go to, like, random tiny baby indies? Not a lot. And just do that. Like, I feel like I've never, ever seen that before. You know? Like, it's different if they're, like, friends or tangentially related or whatnot. Or if the other person's not that big. You know, or is, like, quite big. You know what I mean? But, like, me with my, like, 10 CCV at the time, Ollie popping in was crazy. Love her. So much respect for that queen. Wow, we are zombie. Wow, we are zombie. Wow, she is Ollie. You singing? I do sing occasionally. Yes. What is that accent that I do? I do sing occasionally. Is that supposed to be like Southern? I do. Yeehaw. Probably. Maybe that's Southern. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Ollie is a simp for every waifu VTuber she's laid her eyes on. And you know what? She's correct for that. She's so right in her ways. Truly the wisest zombie of her time. Yeah. I feel like I have a lot of respect for people who are like Okay, you know what? I want to say this as well. Once again, I am referring to no one specific. Do not speculate. Okay? Thanks. There's a lot of people who are like, whether VTubers or creators in general or whatever, who do not give you the time of day if you're not like strictly either a fan or also famous. You know what I mean? I noticed that a lot at WeebCon, actually. Not a lot. I noticed it a couple times at WeebCon, actually, because I was like, oh, you don't know who I am, so you're kind of treating me like shit. That's a little interesting. But there was also plenty of people who did not do that, of course, and are normal people, and, you know, treat you with respect no matter who you are, because you are a human being, and that was much more ideal of a situation. But you know what I mean? It's like, I have a lot of respect for, like, quote-unquote famous VTubers and, you know, streamers or whatnot, who still treat, like, my ear just started ringing. That tinnitus. And now it's gone. Nice. But who treat like people who they don't know but still aren't like fans of them, you know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for people like that who still treat you like an equal. You know what I mean? They don't look down at you, because there's a lot of people who fall into the trap of like getting famous and then just looking down at everybody. But it just kind of makes me lose respect for those people. You know what I mean? It's interesting. I'm sure that's a thing in every single field? Question mark? Field? Is that the right word? I'm sure that's a thing in every space. Community. That's the word I'm looking for. Community. Like where some famous people are like, well, I have 300,000 followers on TikTok, so actually, you're nothing compared to me. I've seen some of those like compilations of people getting arrested and thinking that because they have clout on TikTok, like they're like immune from being arrested or something. Whack. But there really are people like that, you know? I feel like that's such a bizarre take. Anyways, that's why I really appreciate Kureji Oli, because she, like, I don't know, like, just popping into indie VTuber streams and chatting like it's all normal and just being like whatever. And the thing is, I was DMing her and like thanking her and talking to her a little bit afterwards. And like she didn't forget about who I was immediately. She was like, "Yeah, I really liked the thing you were doing." Like she mentioned things specifically. It wasn't just like it wasn't like a for show sort of situation. Not that I thought it was, but like it wasn't that. You know what I mean? Like there was like genuine like interest in other people, even though there was no number. You know what I mean? Yeah. Annyeonghaseyo. Zamali here because Ollie, I know you mean me, by the way. Hello. Hi. Yes, Ollie is such a queen. I really do respect her a lot. Just for like that little tiny like gesture. You know what I mean? Like it just really shows her kind of a person she is. You know what I mean? It really does. Also, you can kind of tell what kind of person she is based on her streams and stuff anyway. But you know what I'm saying. Like she's very quick to support people, which is honestly very nice. I just thought the juxtaposition of like seeing some people like that compared to some people who are like, oh, I don't know you, so you're like below me type of vibes. It's just very interesting, you know? Yeah, it's very interesting. I should do like an actual illustration of Ollie sometime. Maybe we'll do that in the next drawing stream if I remember. Are you from the UK or Japan? I am American. Yeehaw! Caw-caw! Pew pew pew. Unfortunately, I'm American. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I had a point with that. I had a point with that at some point. But yeah, I don't know. If you ever get famous, don't treat other people like shit, because it makes you look really bad. It makes you look really bad. I do know, like, if some of the people who I kind of was like, why are you treating me like I'm the dirt beneath your feet? You know what I mean? If any of them were to ever, say, for example, I got famous, right? If any of them were to ever be like, oh my god, now that you're famous, do you want to, like, collab or hang out? I'd be like, no, I'm good. Remember that time you treated me like shit? I wouldn't say that. But I would just, like, politely decline, probably, to be honest. Because it's like, just don't treat people like they're less than you, you know? You know? I don't know. It's interesting. It's no hard to be nice to people. It's not. A normal stream of Mimi fangirling on Ollie. Yes, I love her. Simply because of the way that she is. I love her. She deserves the world. You know? I'm gonna catch me wearing, like, an Ollie happy and, like, my Ollie themed pen lights and like a cosplay and everything. Catch me just wearing that out one day and being like, yes, this is me. Have you played Fallout 4-3? No, I haven't. I've never played a Fallout game before. I don't even know what kind of game it is, to be honest. I don't think I've ever even seen gameplay. You know what would be so cute? If there was, like, a little charm inside of the big flower, like a heart or something. Like a little decorative, like, pendant or something. That'd be really cute. Meow, 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 me, me, meow. Me, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, hold on. I need to respond to a text really quick. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know how to talk to other people. I'm trying to respond to a text, but I don't know how to talk to human beings. Alright, whatever. I'll send it. Me looking at text and being like, a small hint of anxiety? I don't care. Hit send. You speak Russian? I do not speak Russian at all. I'm so sorry. I don't even think I could read it, to be honest with you. Not even think. I cannot read it. This is quite cute. I think we're getting somewhere with this. Do I want the sleeves to be detached like this instead of like on the shoulder? No, the shoulder's fine. The shoulder's fine. We've only got about half an hour left of the stream, so I'm gonna try and skedaddle this a bit. I kind of want to put like a texture on this, like a little like lines texture, because that feels very fashion-y, I think. Me thinks. Love is just a game we play. Love, hate, trust, and betray. Do you say? I gotta sing a different song, because otherwise the one that's NDA right now is gonna be what comes out of my mouth. My English is basic. You're doing good. It's good. Better than my any other language, to be honest. I was gonna say something a little bit earlier, but I forgot what it was. It went in one ear and right out the other. I might stream again this week, but I don't know when. There's a chance that I will. I am unsure. I am unsure. Maybe we'll do a Monster Hunter if I do, though. Perhaps. Perhaps. It might be a nighttime stream. I don't know. We'll see. Is Monster Hunter gonna make me angry? Not that I usually mauled, like, too bad. It's always usually kind of a joke. But, like, will I be mauling? Should I be prepared for mauling and not stream at a time when everyone else is asleep? Or will I be a normal person playing just a fun little video game? Will I be a normal person playing a normal video game? Find out next week on Mimi. In the beginning, probably not. Okay, cool. Cool. Very poggers. Oh my god, what if the little ring from this also had a little flower on it, on like the top side of the ring? That is so cute. That is actually super cute. That's a win. Yes. Nighttime manhunt. Yes. The start of the game is pretty easy. Nice. Okay, then we'll probably do an evening stream this week. We shall probably do an evening stream. So what is today? Tuesday? I'm gonna be maybe Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna try and finish my to-do list. My to-do list, and by that I mean my animation project. Cause I like I said, I'm like 90-something% done. Like I'm almost there. Almost there. Super duper close, but we're not quite. But within the next couple days I should be done, and then I'll feel better about streaming more often. I'll feel better about streaming more often. Or you could maul that Dark Souls tutorial for 2 hours instead. Let's start with Monster Hunter, I think, if it's a little bit more hand-holdy. Because are they both, like, enemy-killy type of games? I feel like they are, probably, right? Because if they are, then I might as well, Should this be hanging off the other side of the hand, like the back side? I feel like I should, hold on. I thought about that for more than 3 seconds. I feel like it should be coming from like the back side of the hand. Cause then when you do like dance moves to bring your arms forward and stuff, it's not getting in the way. I think this makes more sense. I'm so excited to maul at Dark Souls and then be very confused as to what's going on. I cannot reiterate how confusing GTA 5 was for me. Because in order to play the online version, you have to, like, complete, like, the couple first story missions or whatever. And Johnny, poor guy, was sitting on the phone with me. We were waiting for Moni while she was doing something, so I was just getting those done so we could play afterwards. While I was doing that, and this man was like, all right, so what you're going to want to do is, oh, no, not that. No, read the directions. They're in the top left corner. Read the directions. And every 5 seconds, I'd be like, what do I do? What do I do? He'd be like, read the directions. They're in the corner. They're right there. All right. And then he just kind of sighed at some point and goes, we're going to be here for hours. But there are so many buttons to press in that game. There are so many buttons, and for what? Like, you gotta press F to do one thing, and you gotta press C to do this, and you gotta use your scroll wheel to do that, but then there's like a B button that does things, and sometimes tab or control will also do something else that's different. I just gotta know all of that. I gotta look at the keyboard every time I wanna push a button, you know? Both games are basically focused around killing large bosses. I see. We'll see if I am even a semblance of decent at that, and if I am, cool. Will I be? No, of course not. But, you know, I'll try. I'll try my diddly darn best. I'll try. I'll try real hard. The combat systems will probably feel similar to you, although they're technically pretty different. We shall see. Is that a game you should play with a controller or a mouse? Monster Hunter, specifically. I know you told me I would need a controller, but I don't know if that was for Dark Souls or Monhun. I don't remember. Do you remember the 21st night of September? When in doubt in GTA, press F. I did that, but then I started flipping people off, and I was really concerned. I started flipping people off, and I was like, whoa. I just wanted to know how to put my gun away. Why am I doing all this? You know? And then at some point, I wanted to interact with an NPC, but I did not interact. Well, I did interact with them. I did. It just wasn't the way that I thought. I thought I was going to be able to, like, talk to them and, like, you know, get a little dialogue. I swung and smacked him straight in the face with a fist. Knocked him to the floor, and then I got really scared because police lights started flashing, and then I ran. So, yeah. Also, like I said, the motion sickness I got from us playing GTA was so fucking crazy. I do not know if I will ever be able to play that game again. If I do, I'm gonna have to, like, window it, change, like, the settings or something. Pray there's, like, some sort of accessibility settings for motion sickness. I don't know. I didn't even really get to look that much, but that shit took me out for 48 hours, dude. It was nutso. Absolutely nutso bonkers style. I think most people use controller for Monster Hunter, although if you play ranged weapons, mouse is viable. Okay. Well, I do have both, so we could always swap, depending. I feel like my aim with a controller was going to be, like, pathetic. You know what I mean? Because at least with a mouse, you have, like, a cursor, and it's, like, just kind of quick covers, you know what I mean? But, you know, we'll see. I'll have both on standby. I'll probably start with the controller, and then see if that works, and then if I'm struggling, we'll do something else. Because I think I saw the thing. Aren't there mostly, like, swords? Isn't it mostly, like, swords as weapons? I don't know. I know nothing about those games. I'm so sorry. I will soon. I will soon know. I will find out the hard way. Dark Souls has a lot of exploration and small enemies between bosses. Monster Hunter is just running straight at big monster and kill big monster. I see. I see. Interesting. I will be a hunter of the monsters, and then I will be a souls of the dark. Yes. Or I will kill the souls in the dark. Whatever it is you do in the Dark Souls, I will be doing that. And then I will conquer both of those games, and everyone will be so impressed. For sure, 100%, that's definitely how that's gonna go. That's definitely how that's gonna go. 100%, not a doubt in my mind. For sure. Anyways, what if my clips were little flowers? That'd be cute. Put a little curl on this. This is kind of cute. I have not drawn in Paint Tool Sai in what feels like eons, even though it has definitely not been that long at all. Teehee. Oh, my tummy made a noise. Oh, damn, you loud today, aren't you down there? My God. Wow. Just remember, Mimi, if you're driving in GTA, press F for faster. W was faster. What would pressing F while you drive do? Wasn't F the button that, like, engaged your, like, weapon? That was the button that made you flip people off. I know that. I know that. But I think Johnny was saying that was only when you're, like, unarmed. So, I'm guessing when you're armed, instead of a flip off, it's a weapon. Like, boost in speed? Is that true? I thought that was what F, or what, oh god, now you got me saying the wrong thing. What W did. You know, WASD? It was also funny because when I was driving, I was really shoving it. And, Johnny was like, you know, you could brake. You can brake instead of crashing into it. You could brake. Oh my god. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go so speedy. The cops will never catch me. Even though I'm pretty sure that's not how that works in real life. I don't think you can just drive faster to get away from cops. Because, like, I think they'll just find you later, you know? Like, they might stop pursuing you, but they'll just, like, find you, like, a couple days later, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a thing. Like, if they deem you're driving, like, a danger to the public safety and they can't do anything to stop you, yeah, they might stop chasing you, but they'll just find you and, like, arrest you later, you know? Just, you still, you know? You know, chat? Chat, do you know? Anyways. Let's color this. La, 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 la. Oh, wait, I want to put the ring on this side. The little flower ring, so we can keep the idea, but you put it over there. Yeah, that's cute. That's cute and whatever. Happy, happy, happy. Bing, 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 bong. Happy, 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 happy. So, hold on. I'm gonna fix this. We're gonna make this such an easy coloring experience. The easy coloring experience as presented to you by Mimi. Hi, I'm Mimi. Okay, so first of all, you go bada bing bada boom, and then you realize that that color does not look correct. So you go bada bing bada boom, and then you go bada bing bada boom. And then you realize that you colored that really shitty. So you go back and you bada bing bada boom a second time. But this time you go like this. And then when it doesn't work because you sketched this really hastily, you go like this. And then you're a winner. Look at that, what a winner. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Okay, now I can color this in white. And I can color this one in white too, and also this side. I made a decision at some point during that whole process to make this half of the bodice white, and then this side will have the like little gradient, so they'll have two different textures, but then it'll feel less bulky. Breaking up the tops on things like idol outfits in different sections makes them look less bulky, I've noticed. In my personal opinion, I see a little less bulky looking. You know, a little less bulky. A little less bussin'. GTA, but I'm a law-abiding citizen. All of the people in GTA are kind of ugly. I don't want to be rude. Kind of ugly. Also, they're like breaking laws. which is like not cool. Like, why would they do that? Father, why do the bad men break laws? Why do they do such things? I know, by the way, I'm just like yapping. I know I yap a lot, but like right now I'm really just yapping. Not a goddamn thing I've said in the past 20 minutes made any logical sense. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay because it doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. Anyways, I was watching a documentary that was debunking a different documentary. So there was this one guy who was trying to say that ancient people built, I forgot what his name was, but ancient people built aliens. Aliens, what? No, ancient Let me start over. There was a guy who was claiming that ancient people built a lot of things like plateaus and pyramid-esque looking things because aliens taught them how to, except he wasn't talking about aliens. He was talking about Atlanteans, the ancient, non-existent, but he thought they were real race of Atlanteans. And that wasn't a thing. But the guy who was debunking his little Atlantean theory was like breaking down everything that he said, and it was really funny because the guy was just basically ignoring facts the whole time, and he was just like, primitive people were too stupid to know how to put rocks on top of each other. All they knew was what the Atlanteans told them. And the more you think about it, the more that just sounds kind of batshit insane. You know what? Speaking of history in general, every day I watch more history-related stuff, I realize just how much the American education system failed me. Because, to be so for real with you, for the longest time, I thought that I didn't think about it that much. I'm sure if I actually sat down and thought about it, I would have been like, well, clearly that doesn't make any sense at all, so that cannot be the truth. But, for the longest time, I had assumed, right, that history, with like human history, we learned about how it's like, yeah, we were like cavemen at some point, right? But then the next thing in history that I feel like I was taught about was like skip forward thousands and thousands of years. Suddenly it's like Romans and Egyptians, like ancient Romans and Egyptians. And that's about it. I didn't even learn at the time that those were happening at the same time. For some reason, I assumed at that point that ancient Rome was like way after ancient Egypt. But they were at the same time, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. Anyways, but that's just crazy because, like, that's just ignoring everything in the middle. Like, Mesopotamians. You never taught about Mesopotamia? Literally. No. I was not. And I was in AP history in my high school. I didn't learn jack shit about Mesopotamia until like a couple weeks ago when I was looking at YouTube, like documentaries basically. I don't know. And it's like not even just Mesopotamia, but like any sort of ancient people at all. They kind of just got skimmed over. And then we spent like 10,000 years learning about like American history. There was like a little bit of like British history, but like mostly American history, and it's kind of insane to me how we just kind of were like, yeah, no, none of that's real. None of that's real. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why recently I was just like, whoa, I have been failed by the American education system. Because, like, I mean, obviously, if you sit down and think about it for more than 2 seconds, we don't just go from, like, I don't know, whatever, you're like 700 BC or something, and then just start at that, or whatever, and then somehow skip forward to ancient Egypt, like, immediately, and then that's the only human inhabitants we've ever heard of. Like, I don't know. IDK, we had world history and did basically everything. See, I don't know, man. Maybe it was just my school or something, because I know for a fact we did not talk about most of that, and much less at all did we talk about how any of it, like, correlated or related to each other or any way, like, timeline-wise. Because, like, I really should have known that ancient Egypt and ancient Rome were at the same time, especially considering, what was it, Caesar and Cleopatra had, like, a whole thing. I should have known about that. But nope, did not know about that. Nobody told me about all that till I figured it out for myself many years later. Through YouTube.com. And the mini Minute Man, I think that's what his username is. He has interesting videos. But yes. I just think it's very interesting. Anyways, so the documentary that I was watching, or he was like breaking down why everything that one guy was saying was like not true, and he was like just disregarding how like advancements were for like ancient people, I guess. I also saw like recently I saw some like archaeology documentaries where they were like, today we're doing a dig in the middle of this random country you've never heard of, and we're doing all this and that, and look, we found, you know, ancient vampire bones, and that's why they stuck rocks in their mouths and stuff. I don't know. Also, when was medieval times in comparison to Rome? I don't even know. Probably after it, right? Doesn't seem like it would be after it, though. That sounds kind of like a before thing. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like when I was learning about history, like, they made it seem like there was one group of humans on Earth at any given moment in time. Like, it was like, first there was Egypt, then there was Rome, then there was this other thing, you know what I mean? But, like, in reality, and this makes so much sense, obviously, if you sit down and think about it for more than 2 seconds, but, like, in reality, there were just thousands of different groups of people, hundreds of thousands even, probably, of different groups of people all around doing their own thing, you know? So many different things. Medieval times began in 900s Europe. Interesting. Unfortunately, without looking at a reference, that doesn't mean much to me because I was failed by my education system. Is that after? That's after, right? The medieval period was basically right after the Roman Empire. Interesting. See, I would have never guessed that. I would have assumed they were just thousands of years apart in either direction, because I don't know. Because to me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, the Roman Empire, like, they had, like, didn't they have, like, functioning, like, toilets and shit like that back then? Like, we must be, like, medieval times didn't even have none of that. They were throwing their shit out in the middle of the road, weren't they? It just seems fundamentally so much less sophisticated, so therefore I'm like, must be older. But, like, that's not how it works. That's not how... Also, those were different groups of people entirely, you know? It's just... I was failed by my school system, you know? 90s to around 1300s. That sounds kind of correct. I mean, I'm sure it's correct. That sounds correct, like, as to what I know, maybe. I don't know. I'm stupid, chat. And I'm not stupid as my own fault. I'm stupid because no one ever taught me otherwise. Roman toilets were quote-unquote functional, to say the least. I see. Still better than throwing your shit out the window like they did in medieval times, right? You know? I just kind of, I feel like I want to find a video that's like a comprehensive list of everything, or like a graphic or something. That's a comprehensive list of like everything happening throughout history in order. So like, tell me what's going on at the same time, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I know that's probably a lot, but that's what would explain it to me. I'm gonna eat more pears. You know? This is a really bitter pear. Oh, it's so sour. I got a bite of a particularly sour slice. Oh my god. Oh. Whoa. Let's show shower. Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. Hello. Yor. Did I say that right? Uro. Welcome. Hi. Ora. That's the sound of the Best and Zenithor fighting on the school's rooftop or whatever you guys were saying earlier. Yes. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I think history is really interesting. Which is why I'm like, damn, I kind of wish I learned more about this. I don't know what's going on. They don't tell me nothing. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. Excuse me, I didn't mean to color over that leaf. I was also watching some people doing like video essays on how like the origins of like certain fairy tales and things, like the history of like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and all that. Folk tales and stuff like that, fairy tales, whatever, they used to be real fucked up. We've made them so light and fluffy in today's time, but that shit used to be fucked up. For reals. She was a fairy. Hold on. I have to do a visual representation of that for you. Hold on. She was a fairy. Whoa. She was a fairy. Wow. Never before seen. Absolutely spectacular. Was that entertaining? Did I entertain you? She was a fairy. I need to be a little bigger than this. She was a fairy. Wow. Yeah. Yes, very. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they didn't used to eat children and shit. Yeah, listen, I'm just saying. Like Hansel and Gretel, man. I didn't realize that they killed the witch by shoving her into a fire. And then moving into her house. I didn't realize. I mean, she kind of had it coming because she was going to eat children, which kind of fucked up. But yeah, I didn't realize they were going to do her like that. You know what I'm saying? God damn. And then there was that one guy who was named like Doublefinger or something like that, who preceded Hansel and Gretel even further, I think. And that guy was even more insano style than Hansel and Gretel were. Crazy bonkers, all of it. Hi, Vinny, welcome. Hello. I think that might be my garage opening. Oh God, we did hit the 3 hour mark. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna color this super duper fast. Super duper speedy. This is the last part, so that's okay. I'm not gonna color the little hair accessories yet. You get the idea. Anyway, look at that. Okay, that's beautiful. That is not what I wanted to do. Oh my God, beautiful. Take this. Not that, just this. This, go like that. Okay, wow, beautiful. The hydrangea outfit, wow. She's not that thoroughly thought through, but I kind of like it. And then, the Mani sketch also that I did earlier. Wow. Yay, today's Badoodles. Okay, I do have to go. So thank you guys so much for coming today. Thanks for hanging out with me, even though this was just a very chill hangout doodle badoodle time. I must get back to the working mines. I've gotta go work. I'm about to reach diamonds. So thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you probably later this week, most likely. So I don't know exactly when. We'll see how quick I can get the rest of this stuff done. Not that I'm rushing it, but you know, I do have a deadline to meet. I do have a deadline to meet, so we'll see. But I'll definitely stream again, at least this weekend if I can't do it this week. So yeah. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you again very soon. Carnivorous cats. Hello, hello, hello. Oh yes, I'll see you guys again very soon. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me, and I will see you again in the next one. I hope you like to vibe, because I shall continue to vibe. My hair smells so nice. I got this new conditioner, and it's got this like strawberry scent. It's really nice. Anyways, I keep getting a whiff of it every now and then. It's really nice. See you guys later. I'll see you guys on the flippity side. See you later, alligator. Bye bye everybody. Ciao for now, ciao for now, ciao for now. Bye Senator. Bye bye Hebber Jebber. Bye Carnivorous Cat. Bye the best. Bye Nyampasu. Bye Jesus. Goodbye everybody. Bye Sheen. Good night. Ciao for now, ciao for now, ciao for now. Gotta go. Okay. Ending screen noises. Ending screen noises.